Hello and welcome to the Zotero Webinar Series as part of the Graduate Writing Center at Teachers College, Columbia University. My name is Catherine Chengstall and I'll be your tour guide through this multi-part webinar series, beginning with this particular one. So as the intro webinar to this multi-part series, I wanted to begin with the question of, is Zotero right for me? And so with answering this question, I think it's helpful just to have a quick introduction to what reference management software consists of and how they might benefit you. So there are a number of software that exist under kind of the category of reference or citation management software. Zotero is completely free, and it's one of the most widely used software by Teachers College students. The same goes for Mendeley, which is another very popular software. EndNote is less used by TC students, but it's also part of this larger group of citation management software. EndNote does require subscription, and Teachers College does provide the subscription if you are a current student. But for this particular webinar series, I'll be focusing on Zotero, which is the software that I've been using as a TC student for the past 3 years. So while I'm no expert, I consider myself pretty well versed in the operations of the software, and it's the purpose of this series to introduce you to how to utilize the software for your academic journey. So there are these 3 main software, which you just saw a moment ago. They all have their advantages and shortcomings. And so this website right here is a really wonderful resource if you're still trying to figure out which resource, or rather which software is best suited for your student needs. So if you'd like to get to this page, essentially, you can just Google American University Zotero versus Mendeley or Zotero versus EndNote, and this guide will pull up. And I'm just going to give you a quick preview as to what that page might look like. Okay, so this is what the page looks like for an introduction to citation management software. And what is really helpful is this chart near the bottom that has you kind of see the comparison of Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote in terms of the purpose. Here you have a more elaborate comparison chart of the 3 citation management software and what their functionalities are. But going back to Zotero, I'm assuming that if you're interested in this webinar series, that you'd like to learn more about Zotero. So here are a couple of reasons why Zotero is my personal favorite. One of the main reasons why I chose Zotero is the fact that it is open source. Essentially, what that means is that it is free to use because it's not owned by any private organization. The program itself and all the updates are contributed by everyday individuals with some skill around programming. What that also means is that the data, your reference list, etc., none of that belongs to a company. The data are basically your own data, and they're for you to carry with you even if you graduate. So unlike EndNote, which requires subscription, because Zotero is open source and free to use, even when you graduate, you can carry forward all of your data, all of your references. Everything is yours to manage, so it doesn't belong to any institution. Another reason why I think Zotero is beneficial is that there are multiple ways to populate your library. And later in this webinar series, I'll be showing you 4 different ways in which you can add items to create an extensive library. And so what that means is it's a very accessible software with multiple ways of managing, organizing, and collecting sources. Another advantage of Zotero is that there is an online library. In order to access that, you will need to create an account, which is very easy to do. Again, it's free to use. The benefit of this web library is that as long as you are logged into your Zotero account through your local computer, everything you see on your computer will synchronize with the web library such that as long as you have internet access, you're able to access all of your citational information through the web library. Another benefit of Zotero is that, let's say you have multiple devices or multiple laptops, maybe a work laptop and a personal laptop, perhaps in different locations. As long as you're logged into Zotero, all of your references will sync across the devices, in addition to syncing with the Zotero server, which allows you to access the same information online. Zotero also allows you to collaborate. So you can create group libraries that are shared with your collaborators, and there's absolutely no limit to how many people you can share your references with. So that is definitely an advantage that none of the other software programs afford. One of the newer functions of Zotero is its ease of, how do I say it? There are various add-ins or add-ons and plugins that work seamlessly with Zotero. One of them allows you to extract PDF annotations from a PDF reader like Acrobat. And what that does is anything that you highlight or annotate will be pulled right into Zotero. So it can be used as a note-taking software tool as well. So if you're interested in that, look out for a separate webinar as part of the series to learn how to get started with that. Another benefit of Zotero is that for this open source product, there is plenty of online or public support in the form of chat forums, as well as just these collaborative spaces where you can post your questions and get them answered pretty easily. You can also search within the frequently asked questions to get most of your questions answered. And one of the last things I'll mention is that Zotero is frequently updated, generally every couple of months. And the updates allow for improvement of the software, and most of these updates are in response to suggestions by users through that online forum. So it's a very responsive community that ensures that Zotero is free to use, easy to use, and really accessible for everyone. So with that said, that's just the first part of this webinar series. Hopefully you are convinced that Zotero is something that could benefit you as part of your TC journey. And if you are interested, please continue watching the other webinar series for additional information about how the Graduate Writing Center can support your student needs.